Hello everyone. So sorry for that. I am back with the paper pumpkin video that I'm trying to make. So hopefully this one will actually go. Let's just see here. I can see something on my screen.
Hello everyone.
Excellent. Oh, I can mute that. I don't need to hear that. All right. So I can see this now, and I'm just going to get this set up so that I can also see comments. So sorry for just a second here. I find I don't get to see comments unless I leave one of my own when I'm doing this on my phone, which is what I am now attempting. All right. So I don't know. Technology has not been my friend lately, so bear with me. But so here we are back again with my paper pumpkin, and so I've just created the first card, and I'm just taking a look at creating it actually as a card instead of as a postcard. And so I think I'm going to go with a Night of Navy base here, and so I'm just going to go cut this and score it. Thank you for your patience. I had no idea what colors to expect, so here we go. There's one, there's two, because I suspect that'll make a good base for one of the other ones. All right, so for those of you who didn't see the first part that ended up freezing on me, we just went through the kit and showed that there's these adorable little, oh, don't tell me this one's frozen too. No, okay, good. So there's adorable little paper bags, white paper bags that are kind of like little tea lanterns. And so we just stamped some fireworks on there in Blackberry Bliss and then added some stars. And we'll be able to put little tea lights in this to put on our table as a little decoration. So that was step one. Step two was we came in here with our starburst again, stamped that, stamped a few fireflies, and then used some mini glue dots and dimensionals to attach a bunch of pieces here. And now I'm just going to grab some seal and pop that onto the back of this to adhere this to a card base of Night of Navy. So now you could, of course, just create these as postcards and write on the back and pop them into the envelopes that were provided. Or you can do what I'm doing, which is taking just a basic card base of, what this one would have been, 8.5 by 5.5, and then scored 4.25. And then I'm just going to pop this on here, and it layers on nicely to create a full card. And then on the inside, I will just put, I've actually got a piece here that I stamped on that I ended up not using, so I'm just going to cover that up. I'm just going to use some seal and put this down as an interior to our card, because of course when you have a Night of Navy card, it is very, very difficult to write in these without like having a gel pen or something. All right, there we go. And then with that in there, I'm just going to do a quick little decoration and add in a few little fireflies to kind of tie in with what's happening on the front of our card. And like that. There we go. All right, so that is our first card completed. It is so cute. All right, pop those off to the side, put my lid on my seal so I don't lose that. And the next card that we are going to create is using this kind of orangish base. There we go. So beautiful. I think this is probably the Seaside Spray, and then fading down through like Purple Posy and into like a Calypso Coral. So just absolutely gorgeous colors. And for this one, we're going to grab our little scene here, our peony or CNE, depending on where you're at, your local fair. And we're going to pop that onto our card base. And so for me, I am actually going to use dimensionals to put this on. So the mini dimensionals come in our kit, or we can use slightly larger ones. So I'm going to try to do what would be like the 4 corners-ish. So this is going to need a mini one off in this corner for sure. So like the 4 corners, and then the base, and then like the top 2 corners of our little Ferris wheel, and maybe another mini one in here just for good measure to hold everything up. All right, really kind of keep it popped up. All right, so peel all those off, and so thank you so much to those of you who popped on after my other video kind of crashed on me. I'm not really sure what's happening there. I think it's ManyCam's way of saying stop using our free version and buy our good one, but they're not instilling much confidence in me. Had a lot of problems with them lately. So we'll just do it the good old-fashioned way with my camera on my phone and go from there. All right, so that is attached and absolutely gorgeous. I love it. Now we're going to grab one of these really kind of swirly-ish bases, and again, you just have to take a look at the 2 sides and decide which way you want your embossing to go. I'm going to have mine pop up on this one, and I'm going to grab the big swirly print stamp that has all the sentiments about the summer's night, and pop this onto a block. I did not realize how much I craft and how much I miss it when I cannot craft. I was only away for one night dropping off my boys at my parents' house, and oh man, did I want to stamp last night. I wish this had arrived earlier. I could have brought it with me, but that's okay. It's nice to be home and back in my craft room. There we go. So, oh, the summer nights are all alight with everything magic and bright. So beautiful. And that is ready to pop on here. Now this one I think I'm not going to use dimensionals for. I'm just going to use my seal, or if all you've got is what came in your kit, then I would use some mini glue dots to put those on. But for me, I'm just going to do 3 quick strips of seal across here, and then very carefully place it before I put it down, since I am using seal. All right, and then grab some gold stars here to do some embellishments. And there we have it. Now again, this one can be mounted on a card base to create a full card instead of a postcard. So you may want to grab like a piece of Seaside Spray, or it might even look nice on white, but I'm thinking I'm going to go with the Seaside Spray. So I'm just going to grab a quick piece of that. And let's see, I don't have one already cut, so I'm just going to cut and score one of those. Alright, so this was just a regular piece of cardstock, and I quickly chopped it at 5 1/2 and then scored it at 4 1/4 to create a beautiful base for our card. And then I'm just going to use some seal or some Seal Plus to pop on the back here to adhere this to our card base. And voila, our postcard has become a regular card. There we go. So pretty. Oh my goodness, I love it. All right, so there is card number 2. And now our third card of the evening is so pretty. Let's see, we need the last card base here. And this one is mostly like the Blackberry Bliss and Rich Razzleberry and just really nice deep dark colors. So I'm glad I didn't take any of my stamps off of their bases, because we're going to use a bunch of the ones that we've already used. We're going to start with our little fireworks explosion here. And come in here, over there, and kind of really go to town with these all over this card front. All right, so beautiful, beautiful fireworks. Now we're going to grab the third shape that we have here for our bases, or not our bases, our tags. Grab the third shape we have there and turn it so that the sentiment that we used on the last card about the summer nights fits on here nicely. So that's kind of the longer straight sides on the actual side. And there we go. That one's all stamped. And now I'm going to kind of put everything on this card front but not attach it yet because we have a little bit of playing around to do. We're going to grab all of our different lanterns. So there's 5 different lanterns here. I'm going to grab one of each and pop out the centerpiece on these as well. So there's 1, 2. These are so sweet. Again, I love the gold accents on here. Oh my goodness. So beautiful. All right, there we go, and 2 more. There we go, and a navy blue one. All right, now I can put those to the side. And we're going to grab that blue twine that we got, the navy twine. And it looks like, there we go, there's the end. So, looks like what they've done here, oh my, I can't even really tell how they attach that. Let's see if there's a tip inside, because it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. For the lantern, cut 2 4-inch pieces of baker's twine, tie a knot on each end of the twine, and adhere a knot to one edge of the base. Okay, let's read this carefully. I'm not really sure I'm understanding. So cut 2 4-inch pieces of baker's twine. And of course, I'm not on my inches, I'm on my centimeters. Let's see, I'll flip over to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's not very long at all. Wow. Okay. 2 4-inch pieces. Sorry, you guys, you're going to have to learn with me as we do this because I have never done anything like this. So 2 4-inch pieces of baker's twine, tie a knot on each end of the twine and adhere a knot to one edge of the card base using an adhesive dot. All right. Then thread twine through lantern die cuts, then adhere the second knot to the top of the card base. Oh, I get it. Okay. So, tie a knot on one end, tie a knot on the other end. That's just going to give us something to work with. And then repeat on this side. Tie a knot. And tie a knot. All right. Now, with those knots tied, I am going to kind of take a look at which lanterns they used. I'm sure it doesn't matter what order you do them in, but I'm going to actually try to follow the card base a little bit. So I've actually put this through so that it came from the back of the lantern forward. And I'm going to do the same thing for the next lantern. So it's coming through like that. And then the last one through like that. So I've done 3 of them, and I'm not going to worry about positioning them yet. And then this is kind of going to create like a little like loop here. So on the back, I'm going to grab some mini glue dots, which I had lying here somewhere. All right, I'll grab a new set. So right up here, just off center, I'm going to put one down and attach my knot to it. And then I'm going to kind of do the other one. I'm going to do it a little bit backwards. I'm going to actually attach it to the knot. and then I'm going to see how these fall and how I like it. So this is now attached to my thread, and no, come on, and see, there we go, that's kind of a nice angle for it. So I actually might move this one over a bit. Wasn't quite far over enough. All right, so having that little knot though is how they're getting this to stick to our card and not slip and slide and move around on us and have the have it fray. Now if you're worried that, oh geez, those aren't going to stay, I really want to just kind of make sure they stay in place, you can do what I like to do, which is, because this is going to be hidden, I'm just grabbing a piece of tape and adding tape as a little extra measure. I wouldn't recommend this if you're using this like in a scrapbook or anything, because I don't know that this is scrapbooking safe in terms of being like acid and lignin free and all that, whereas I know that the glue dots are safe. All right, so now with those done, we're going to put those in place permanently with some little dimensionals in a moment. But right now we're just going to move on to our next one. So we've got our other two lanterns here that we need to do the same thing with. All right, and I'm going to start with the center one that we're going to kind of do a crisscross over with. Oh, come on, lie down. There we go. So I think my first glue dot that was kind of centerish was best for actually this second string that I'm doing. All right, come on, stick there, and then that can sweep down. Let's move that over. All right, I'm going to use tape. That's just going to work better for me. All right, so a little piece of tape here. Hold still, there we go. And don't lose my little lanterns. Have them swoop down to the side like that, and a piece of tape. So really use whatever adhesive is going to work for you. For me, I'm finding tape is just the better thing. All right, so now our next job with these is to grab our mini dimensionals and pop these in so that we can see where we want these. So I'm going to just put one on the back of each to start. There we go. And next one. And last one. All right. So now I'm going to peel them off one at a time and kind of place them where I'd like them so that they're hanging off of our little lines here. And there we go. Looking good. So I am going to work my way across from one side to the other just so that I can make sure that everything's going to fit. And I started on the side that only has two so that I could get them kind of placed as far over as possible. All right. There you have it. So we've got our lanterns on there, and then I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back of our words. There we go. 2, 3, 4. So just one in each corner. And I'll pop those onto our card front. Aren't these adorable, Val? I am just loving them. All right, and now this one I cut an extra Night of Navy base. So I am going to put that onto a Night of Navy base. And again, just like the other ones, I'm going to use my Seal Plus to do this. And there we go. So you don't have to turn these into actual cards. You can leave them as postcards. But for me, I really like the idea of having them be actual cards. Especially this one because it hides all of our gluing and taping of our threads. All right. And this one, of course, because it's a navy card, again, I'm going to put in a piece of white in the inside so that we have something that we can actually write on. So I'll pop this in. There we go. And I think I'm going to grab some of this firework stamp and add this to the inside. So there we go. Got a firework down there. You may have wanted to do this before gluing it onto the inside, but whichever. So that works out. And then I'm going to grab a little firefly and just add a couple in there. All right, and so now the envelopes that came with this set also are not decorated, so we can grab those envelopes and stamp a few little fireflies on them and decorate them and make them cute as well. So here is our full kit. I'll just move some of this other stuff out of the way. All right, move that. So we've got the 3 cards that we created today that we put onto Night of Navy base and a Seaside Spray base. And then the cute little lanterns as well. And I'm not sure how many you actually get of these lanterns. It's quite a few. 3, 6. You get 9 of the lanterns. So really nice for a backyard party. You know, if we get a chance to do that much socializing or whatever. But even if you just want to make a fun family evening, you got 9 of those little tea lights. So that is this month's Paper Pumpkin. I do have 1 extra if any of you didn't get a chance to grab this kit. And I do also have an extra pack of the add-on base cards. So you can kind of recreate this and do your own thing with those gorgeous bases as well. So thanks for joining me tonight with all my technical difficulties and everything earlier. I hope you are all having a fabulous summer, and I will actually see you tomorrow morning with a Simply Citrus card kit alternative. I have my Simply Citrus class this Friday night. I'm going to actually be running it as a Facebook Live and with an ordering special and everything. So if you get a chance to join me Friday night at 7 o'clock, I will be here with the Simply Citrus kit. So you guys have a great night. I can smell some stuffed squash cooking upstairs. Kaylee's making dinner tonight, so off to go enjoy some of that. Bye.